And that's just behind the scenes that we do on Hang With. Cool. Are you familiar with it?
No.
I do 2 now.
Oh, right. So what is it? Is it a new app?
Yeah, it's Hang With. I've been using it all over the world. 50 Cent is like one of their investors, and Jared Leto has a thing on it. And like, I take it. It's great because I was just in Sedona with my members, and we were like road tripping, and the car next to us could watch us from the other car. We're like, hey. And
so what? Like, is that a proximity thing, or what do you mean? Like,
no, it's international.
But I mean, how did the car know you guys were on? Like, how'd they find you?
No, they had my app, so they know. And it's also broadcast live on my website right now.
Okay.
So there's so many different streams. You've got Ustream, you've got YouTube, and then you've got everything embedded, and now you've got an app. Right. So people are at work right now could be watching it live, like. And this sends out to people that are following me internationally.
So it's a video streaming app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is great because you could be. My members can also have their own stream. Yeah. So when they're like skydiving or doing something international, they can be like, okay, I'm about to jump, and and then everyone can go, yeah, go do it. It's kind of neat.
That'd be kind of cool.
Speaking of, how's the reception out there at the desert? We'll have to bring that question up.
Oh, it's way better than it was.
Really?
I mean, anytime you put 10,000 people on a network, it's going to be bad, but it's way better than it was.
All right, let's get in because it's already. I brought you a cold water, honey.
Oh, is this for me?
Yes, and that's for you.
Thank you so much.
You're asking about the data reception out there.
Phone reception.
Yeah.
Come in just a little bit. Over. All right. And we'll turn our phones off because I know people are going to be calling wanting to interrupt me right now. Like they always do. I was going back watching our episodes from last year.
Yeah, do we look like naive and young?
And then move me over a tiny bit too.
Okay.
She's a little temperamental. There we go. Great. Plus, what's great about this one too is I've never seen it do that. Look at that.
What is that?
I have no idea. Oh, I think it's just alerting that people are liking and doing stuff. It's such a new app. Who knows? But I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Because I'll look back later and you can in the archive and there's people responding and they can actually ask questions and do different things.
So what's it called? It's called Hang With Us?
Hang With. But now I've got to get on the new Twitter to do Periscope.
Oh yeah, Periscope. I just learned about the
What's Periscope?
See, it's like once I get into one thing, now there's something next.
Yeah.
So
what's Periscope?
That's like a live stream.
That's
like
what this is.
Yeah.
This is live stream.
Yeah.
But it's
now there's
it's
Periscope
Twitter.
that has taken off of Hang With kind of thing, and they're
Okay. So is it Hang With Friends? Is this it?
It's Hang With.
Or is it just Hang With?
I don't know, but how are we on sound check? Because we are late on our own show.
Right,
let's ignore all this, guys.
All right, I'm still
Check,
down
check.
on this though.
Headphones fine?
I know I need to go up a lot. Thank you.
Headphones work? All right, how's your headphones sounding, all right?
Yeah, I sound good. All right, cool. It was great.
This is moving this way.
Thanks.
Okay, here we go.
We don't need an adult disclaimer today. I'll behave.
That's a.
That's
I don't know, I'm
relief.
trying to think if I'm relieved or disappointed.
I know.
What's the riot? Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're on live right now.
Dan or Dan Hill? Do I have to be like
Dan.
Dan? Okay.
Okay, share everything twice.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, hi. I am Tiffany Masters, and today is a special show that usually we are here waking up in Vegas on Wednesdays, but I got together today to Welcome back, our friend Dan from Rise Lantern Festival. He is here doing a tour, publicity tour, right?
Yeah, we've been chatting with people all day.
Yeah. Where'd you go this morning?
I don't know. I went to CBS Radio.
We went to Channel 3.
Channel 3, what is that?
KSNB.
KSNBC.
And then KTNB.
And KTNB.
Oh,
Pardon.
busy morning.
Yeah.
Which he originally said that he'd be here with George and I, before 9 a.m. We're like, yeah, we'd love to be the news. At first I was like, I want to break the news first. I want to tell the story first. And I was like,
Yeah, but I really
I'll get
see
you in
that.
the minute. Most of my people that are watching right now are just waking up anyway. So welcome, Las Vegas locals and industry. Returning for a second year to the Las Vegas area on Saturday, October 10th. Woo, woo, woo! 2015. We rise again. And I was just watching our shows from last year, having you, and me begging you to come back. Do you remember?
Well, you had Jeff on. Oh, and we did a phone interview. But I didn't get to
Phone
come
interview.
in.
You
I
were
missed-
like,
yeah, I didn't
yeah,
get to-
you
I
were
was out,
picking up trash,
I was
actually.
covered in dust and picking up trash and trying to. I think I might have lost the signal a couple
Yes,
times.
I know. And I was
That
like,
was
get
a
your
tough
head
interview.
out of the trash can.
Yeah.
I had just finished watching that about an hour ago.
Did you really? Oh,
Yeah. But
Yes, you
to
did.
bring you all to date for those that don't know about this, where have you been hiding? Lantern Festival, which celebrates the collective elevation of people's dreams, hopes, resolutions, goals, desires, and I'd say bucket list wishes is
Yeah.
what we were really concentrating on. Where you all come together and you light lanterns that most of them see very famous that are out there in Thailand.
They're kind of like mini hot air balloons.
Actually, I was going to bring one with me today. Gosh, I forgot it. And they're rice paper, correct?
Yeah.
But yours are different, and I want to begin this show while I have your attention here. I've seen them sold in the 7-Eleven here in Las Vegas
That's what
recently.
Jeff was saying. He said
Yeah.
you were talking to him. Tell him
Yeah,
that.
I had to call him invent it. I
That's
said,
it's so irresponsible.
so we are going to crash rumors and really hit it to the source. This is going to be very much different than what you've done in CBS. This is our third
Yes, way
show
better.
together, and give you the information and crash these rumors. I was just at Burning Man Regional a few weeks ago, and I was talking about Rice Festival, how excited we are to go back because I had my bucket list members with us. And you can get all this information, by the way, on LasVegasBucketList.com. I'll be blogging about this for the next few months now. So keep up to date with us there. Anyway, a man had said, I'm not in, that is just terrible about littering and, and all of that. And I kept explaining, it's very much like Burning Man. It's a leave no trace.
Right.
The lanterns that you are seeing at 7-Eleven, don't buy those. I'll be mad at you. Those are not what you have spent. The biggest pain from what the research on the last shows that I had watched
Yeah.
for 3 hours of it put together, you were saying the hardest thing that you had to do throwing an event like this was not necessarily the 10,000 people so much. It's the beginning of getting the right lantern.
Yeah. Well, it turns out the busing is hard too.
Yeah,
But,
well,
like,
now you say
yeah.
that.
But because so we bought so many off the shelf lanterns and tested them out, and they either have huge fuel cells and they'll go for miles and miles and miles. Like there's
I
just
kind
no
of
way
messed
you're
up
gonna
one
clean them
year.
up.
I bought a couple from Thailand and I brought them back, and they felt like kerosene or whatever
Yeah,
oil
you
was
got
dripping
oils
all
on
over.
it? Yeah.
We let them off on New Year's Eve in Mountain's Edge. Oh, I'm busted right now. And it went over into the neighbor's yard and caught on fire, and we're
Did it?
like going to the
Nice.
tree.
Yeah, and the
And-
paper's flammable on.
Yes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, not on New Year's Eve. And I remember it was my sister's lantern, and she lives in Kansas, and I remember her knowing that her wish she wrote down on there was probably to move to Vegas, and I was like, oh, your dream just went up in smoke, So
I heard a story today about a couple. They sent them off for their wedding, and the pastor says, "Oh, this represents like your eternal love," and theirs crashed into a rock. And then they got divorced like 2 years later. Like, and everyone else is in the whole ceremony went fine except for the bride and groom. So yeah, I
I'm
just heard that
laughing
this
with
morning.
you. That's funny. Oh, well, let's talk about some positive things that
But yeah,
happened.
but our
with this.
lanterns, we built them so they take off great. They don't, as soon as they burn out, they're cold. Like the ones you buy at 7-Eleven, they'll be hot for like 10 minutes after. They're hot enough to start a fire after they burn out. And then ours don't travel far.
Nobody's picking them up.
And we pick 100% of ours up. Plus we picked up
100%. Did you hear that? 100% of this is picked up. There were videos that were released last year in 2014 out in Jean Lake Bed from somebody that went around, a little rat, that took a picture on his cell phone and video. Look at what these people did and la la la. What he didn't know is you were out there picking it up.
Well, he did know we were out there picking it up, but but he didn't. That wasn't as exciting. But no, we had a certain amount of time to clean it all up, and we did. And we also hauled away about 50 truckloads of pre-existing litter. I mean, it looks like it's unbelievable. It was because it had been littered in for years from a lot of ATV and gun shooting and different things, and it looks like a national park by the time we were done with it. It looks
and the BLM went through, and you had to pay for it, but they picked up the nails and everything with their magnets before.
We did that before the event, right? So we wouldn't, yeah.
Now, so we've touched on the past, but let's really concentrate on the future here. You are returning,
yep.
And there were transportation problems. I had to go back and watch that video because I was the last bus to leave. I stayed till the very, very end.
Mm-hmm.
And George and you were there with your 70-year-old mother.
Yeah, we were the last buses out.
And you were like supportive the whole time. You were like texting me, like, hang in there.
Well, you were always responding.
Yeah.
You didn't run.
Right.
You were the captain of the ship that never ran. And we were helping people get on the bus, but the buses were shutting the doors on us and leaving, saying, "Nope, we're off work," and left us stranded.
Right.
But you kept everyone together. But the thing about my point is, I didn't remember that I waited 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because we did a show 2 days later here, an emergency show, because I wanted to go up and, I am media. I've been doing media here since '99. I wanted to tell the truth, and I was there, but I don't remember the bad stuff. And this is just last October, and I paid for my ticket. This was not sponsored. I actually paid for my VIP ticket, and so they're not paying me to say this stuff.
And had to wait till.
And I had to wait, but we made the
we tried to treat you really bad. Come to think of it, we always did something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But people came together and had their little fires together. We made friends. You brought water out and dropped it off. That's another thing. It's not a hustle. They're not out there selling you $7, $14 waters like we do in every single nightclub in Vegas. Oh yeah, you go in there in the pool and you spend $60 to $140 just to walk into Marquee Pool. Then it's $14 a bottle of water or whatever it is. It's not like that at this Rise Lantern Fest. I was really excited to find out that tickets, yes, are going on sale in a couple days. Pre-sale tickets, only for 2 weeks, right? Pre-sale?
3 weeks, yep.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
And the price is amazing. The pre-sale ticket prices are
$59, and then kids from 3 to 10 are $39, and then they'll go back on sale end of July at $79, which is the regular price.
And then they could go on up.
And then up to $109, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a big package. I'll be scalping these things, so you better
Yeah.
hurry up and get yours while you can. I'm kidding. No, not really. Now, I have a question. On your website, it has the grid. Last year, you had VIP. This year, you don't have VIP.
Yeah,
Everyone's a VIP.
Yeah, everyone. There's a couple things with that. First of all, that was one of those issues it was really hard to visualize when no one had ever done an event like this. And because we have to spread people out so much to give them room to release their lanterns, it was tough to control where they sat. So after a certain point, everyone just kind of encroached in the VIP area, and that didn't work very well. And then also, it just sort of felt a little off, like the spirit of Rise. Like we intentionally kept our stage low. We didn't make it about the performers. We wanted it to be about all the participants, and it's this circular venue. So we wanted to feel very inclusive, and we didn't. And it's sort of like all of a sudden there was kind of this class system, which is there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it just
Well,
felt
I
a little
liked
bit
how
off.
we could walk around and just join each other.
Yeah.
Some amazing. Oh, I've got chills. So, I've got chills. I had my bucket list members go out, and there's so many dreams that came true, and one would have never happened if they weren't at Rise. But a very dear friend of mine that's like a father. Remember Bones?
I remember about you.
That was he's very much a father figure to my son. Met his girlfriend that night.
Met her at Rise.
At Rise. It's because you had the cell phone coverage, and they saw that they connected there on Facebook. She was able to walk over. I've got my
Wait,
chills
they met
hurt
the first time there?
in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, you're at Rise. You're at Rise too. Wow. She ended up joining us. So it's not like this hustle. Like, oh, you can't be in our section.
Yeah.
It's not like that. The best way to describe it, and I kept saying it over and over again, it's one love. When people were lighting their lanterns, they were going over and helping other people get their lanterns
Yeah.
up.
Didn't even know.
They did not discriminate. It's very much like a burner mentality.
And it's crazy because we have people there, you know, we had people there that had like terminal illnesses
Mhm.
or, you know, I knew a couple, they'd been divorced a couple of years and there was all this baggage they wanted to let go of because they were family, they had kids, even though they were divorced. And then we had people that were proposing and we were
Yes.
celebrating, but it worked. Like, it was incredible. You had
And
people
you
that
didn't
had
plan on
highest highs
this.
and lowest
I
lows.
remember when you first
No,
came
like, we
here.
didn't- well, and we
It was an idea, it was a concept. You knew
Yeah.
that it would happen, and it was a thought, and you were really, researching at the time, for the land and the catering. That's how we had met.
Yeah.
It was so much bigger than that.
When I have this friend that's so spiritual and intuitive, and I was talking, because for me, I experienced my first Lantern Festival on a really kind of bad time, and it was really cathartic for me. And I was asking her, like, how do I define this? And she's like, don't let it be whatever it is to everyone.
Yeah.
And we've tried to, like,
There are no words for an energy.
yeah, it's
And,
true.
like your mother was saying, she's very cynical. She's very negative. And she was so positive and so happy.
Right.
And
At Rise or
at
yeah.
Rise.
Yeah.
And she was the last one to leave that night. And we were freezing cold and laughing, and we weren't cold anymore. There was so much love and energy that happened.
Yeah, she's 70. She waited the whole time.
It wasn't earthly. It was
We went to
so
the
incredible.
buffet.
Yeah, we had
We had the
after
buffet
We did?
in the
Awesome.
middle of the night, and then walked through the highway, and just it
You were
was
so cool.
funny. You know what it is when
But
you,
that's what bummed
when you
me
go
out.
to an event, you've got to plan.
Well,
10,000 people know to leave in traffic. He had 30 minutes of traffic. That's it. That's all he had.
yeah.
It took him 30 minutes to get there and park.
Well, you know what bummed me though? I mean, that you're so generous to us and so nice to us, but people had these incredible experiences, and I was just sad that they didn't all get to take it home with them, because it was a frustrating experience getting out of there, and so that's been our and I respect there were so many people like you that didn't lose the spirit of the moment and stay with it, but there's other people, they had family, they had kids, they had sitters, so they had very legitimate reasons to be
They're
upset.
coming back though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, no, we're
Yeah,
seeing. But I want them to be able to
I don't
take
wanna
that
name
spirit.
drop
I want
them,
to take
but
that
they-
energy with them when they go home,
I think they did. They will. It's back.
I don't know.
They're going to see the memories.
Yeah,
It's
it's interesting. Yeah.
and now that thank goodness for social media today. That's
Yeah.
your biggest.
And it's incredible. We're getting everyone's so
because
excited.
now, once again, I didn't even know I waited 4 hours.
You
I
forget.
don't wait 4 hours for nothing. And
So you're saying we should
it's a
spend less
race.
on our parking because we're spending
okay,
a lot.
so let's get down to the details. We've already said we've sold you on it. It's magical. There's not any word to really describe this except for
It's like heavenly. You have to use
Yeah.
religious terms almost.
it's an energy. And okay, getting back from Sedona just 2 days ago.
Which
I was
is
trying
an
to explain
energy.
it. It's an energy itself, and it's actually proven with the vortexes.
sexually or actually.
Which is actually with vortexes, the feminine. There's a feminine spiral and a masculine spiral that goes through
Oh, wow.
these energies in
Did
the
you actually
vortex.
say sexually? Or did you say actually?
Yeah, well,
oh, I thought you said
actually.
okay.
Yeah,
well,
sexually and actually.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a bit of that. But to go back to this, the energy. When all the people go together and come together in a church, there's actually an energy in there.
Yeah.
All the power of thought and all the belief that go in, and you're concentrating together. Amplify this by trillions, zillions, wouldn't you say? When you're laying there on the ground, on the earth, and it's beautiful orchestra music, your DJ or whatever that you had. It's not that thump thump thump. It's not EDC. You don't have that.
God, it was beautiful.
The music was so good.
Most
Those
beautiful
guys,
music.
It set the mood.
Yeah, I need to send them gifts. They did so good.
Oh, I hope you bring them back
We got,
again.
no,
Okay,
I
great.
booked them globally.
Oh, yes.
They were
Oh, that's
amazing.
great
Yeah.
news. When you're laying there, imagine that energy of when you go to church times 10,000 people that all have their wishes and their dreams floating above, and it's all one love. You want nothing but everybody to be happy and their wishes to come true. Yes.
And
You
it felt
see
like a
people that
cocoon. Like when it went up. I don't know if you. I talked to a lot of people that had the same. Because we changed the light changes, and then you're like, they created a ceiling.
Yeah.
Over you, and it
If
felt
you go
like.
to LasVegasBucketList.com, I've posted a lot of videos on the blog, and including the aerial one that you took with the drone at night, and just to see it and how it rises. But you'll see some of them float by, and it'll say "Rest in peace."
Yeah.
A lot of people were letting go, which reminded me of Burning Man when you put it in Temple. And you had some wishes come true, George. I'm still waiting for my husband. My husband a wish for 40 rodeos.
I saw a cool wish on Facebook today, by the way. I'll share when you
Oh, yeah?
finish your story.
And we've got to share your contest too while you're here.
Yeah.
But so anyway, once again, go to Las Vegas Bucket List for the little details right here. Let's get to some hardcore facts. It is in.
It's in the Moapa Tribal Reservation. So where the Moapa Travel Plaza is, that's where we'll park. And so they do, every year for their fireworks show, they park about 3 times as many cars as we're going to have to. So there's tons of parking. It's been used for.
So are you telling me, Dan, that we can actually drive and park our own
You can
cars
drive
there?
and park your own cars there.
Now,
yes. Or
listen
we'll also
to me.
have a shuttle from Strip if you want it.
All right, and that is $37?
34.
$34.
Yeah.
And okay, so to take the shuttle. Now, I would prefer taking a shuttle because, having some wine
Yeah.
and a good time. However, if you've been damaged by that last year, I understand. Then I strongly suggest carpooling.
I've been deeply damaged. For sure. I'm super sorry. But it's my own, it is what it is.
I'm surprised you're back in Vegas,
No,
but anyway.
well, I've been I changed my hair.
No.
Yeah.
You're an angel to many people. You made a lot of dreams come true. You brought people together. Like I said, the story of our friend meeting his girlfriend is such an impact because 2 months later, her father dies. She's now living with him, with her son, that's a little boy, and he's now like the father, and they're one big happy family of just peace and just amazing. He doesn't even have Facebook anymore. They're so happy.
Huh.
I mean, they've got a real family.
So you and I are like miserable then. That's what that means.
Speaking of that, I was
Facebook
watching. I know. Well, I live on there. Yeah, exactly. And thanks to Facebook, you're watching us today. But so you're telling us that we can actually drive out there and park. Now, warning everyone: have you ever been to Los Angeles during 5 p.m.? Once again, you're going to have traffic.
There's going to be traffic.
There's going to be traffic. Go with a full tank of gas and a great attitude, and make sure you're going with the right people, which obviously you're going to want to do.
But we're working on it. I mean, we're overspending on the park. It's a mistake we want to make sure we rectify. And we've got.
And it's $20 each to park your car.
So we're going to have traffic control on the highway and helping with exit, and we'll have really good traffic people on the ground and really good parking. And like I said, we have
and you're also allowing people to come in so much earlier in the day.
Right. And I think that will
and
help
to
a lot.
decorate, that's going to help immensely. I've already listed for my group. They're already starting to RSVP since I got the go-ahead at 9:06 a.m. this morning that I could release my media. And people are starting to RSVP right now, knowing who wants to come in my group. Because like-minded individuals should light these together.
We need to do something special for your group. You gotta think about that.
Last year, you sold the tickets earlier before anyone else, but that was just so we could be in our...
We sent out an email already this morning to people that participated last year, so you will have gotten that.
I was saying if we could be B for bucket list.
Yeah, we can do that.
Something like that, just knowing that we would go to B. I don't know.
We should do something. We'll think about that. We have to have something good for your bucket list people. Because they did, you guys...
And I was giggling. A year ago, I had announced with you on air that we had 1,900 members. Now we're almost at 4,000.
Wow.
In 6 months or
That's
whatever.
huge.
So it's really growing. And that's just on that tiny little thing.
Yeah.
That's just the ones that want to admit that they're on there. We're not even including social media.
Wow.
That is
Congratulations.
completely
That's
different.
great.
Thank you. We all want to be inspired to live, and our
Absolutely,
hashtag is bucket and do it. So we can
Bucket
drive
it.
out there. It's $20 to park.
Yep.
What time are you going to be opening up the gates?
So 3 o'clock. Music will start at 4. Food and wine and drinks will be going on somewhere around 3:30. It's about there's always with any ride system there's always going to be a little walk to the venue because we can't have have the cars right there where we're setting up. So it'll be about a quarter-mile walk, about a 15-minute walk. But I thought I was worried about that last year, but I thought it was kind of great. Like,
it was
kind
fun.
of just mellow as
you had
walk.
the porta potties on the way.
Yeah.
You had some art pieces along the way that kind of
Candles
reminded me. Oh, I love that. By the way, I took the candles home.
Oh, good.
When we were leaving, you know
Yeah.
how they were there? You can't light them because
Too
the
windy.
playa dust sticks to
Oh,
the
really?
wax.
I gotta get like bigger, better candles this year.
Oh, the tea lights didn't work. Huh?
Well, they were okay, but
Yeah.
you know, those are those little things.
So this is on an Indian reservation.
And they're gonna come out. They had like 6 tribal members die this year, so they're gonna go. They're
Oh,
gonna
that's
do a
wonderful.
memorial for them, and they're gonna bless the site. And
Great. I'm
it's gonna be
5.
very cool.
I have 5 bloodlines
Are you
native.
kidding?
So
Oh, wow.
I'm out of Moab.
I would not have guessed that.
I know it's the blonde.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Miss Clara.
Wow, that would be like this blonde name. That'd be something.
Wild, but I'm more on the East Coast.
Okay.
Everything from Cherokee to Ottawa on down. So, anyway, not about me.
Do you get do you get money from the?
No. I guess we lost that boat. I think.
Wrong one.
I think I got my bloodline from. They came over and married into the tribe so they could own the land. So we're not
So you don't get it,
fierce.
You have to.
We're not like any hero stories of some awesome chiefs. No, we were planters, and you know,
Oh.
which makes sense since I'm so like earthy. So speaking of that, it's whatever you come with in your backpacks, you must leave with. Leave no trace. Have respect. If you brought some granola bars in or some protein bars for your children, you know, for some energy, they're not the type to shake you down.
No, and we allow that. We can't have coolers and we can't have like big bags or baskets because those are tripping hazards. But if you have a purse or a small clutch and you have some
So it's
snacks,
not like our
that's great.
pools here. You know, if you've
Yeah.
got a diaper bag, you're not going through the airport here. They're not going to take all
We'll
of
do
your
a bag
stuff.
bump and we'll look for alcohol or like weapons or whatever. We'll, so it's safe, but we're not gonna like compensate.
It's not a
users.
shakedown.
No, that's not what it's about. It's about less. Like honestly, we don't do any sponsors. We don't do a boatload of. We'll have food trucks, which is great this year. We're
Food
gonna
trucks.
have about 16 gourmet food trucks. We'll still have great beer and wine and snacks. But it's everything's about minimal, less. We want.
So what
there's
time do you
so much
plan on
distraction.
releasing these? So
About
if we
8.
get
We'll do it
enough-
between 8 and 8:30. We'll play it based on the winds a little bit.
And
then
how late will you run the music so people can
this
give
year-
some time to go ahead of us?
and this year, so that's what this year we're gonna let you do it for 2 hours, and then we'll have additional lanterns available on site to purchase, or you can purchase. They'll be $15 on site, or you can purchase some for $12.
Now with our
That's what we
tickets.
should do for your group. We should give them extra lanterns or something.
Ah.
I don't know.
that
We'll
would be
figure it
really
out.
nice.
But
Very
then
cool.
yeah, you can hang out for 2 hours.
You
and
know what
just
I was
keep sending
thinking?
them up, and then some people will leave, and
I'd like to do a class to teach them. We were a bit rushed with writing things down. I was trying to explain. Remember that? We were trying to explain and share the markers and
Yeah.
all. Maybe if I could get a hold of some of the lanterns beforehand.
well, the problem there is we can't. So we didn't actually do a great job on this last year. We don't want people leaving with them because what we're afraid of is we don't want them off site because we don't want people sending them up,
Yeah,
and then someone's like, "Oh, I found your lantern in my
Right.
pool."
I'm guilty.
Yeah. Well, I think.
But I haven't let any off. I still own them from Thailand.
But
And
maybe
after that
if,
one
like,
experience, I'm like, never again.
If we have let's think about
By the way,
it.
you
If
can
you're
get sued,
responsible.
so don't do that. And then a guy on the news out here, and the media was just loving the negative drama. News stations showing up at this guy's house. Look what we found in our backyard. And it was a used one from like something that they got online. And I called you or Jeff and took the picture, right? And I
Yeah.
sent you the picture that I found.
Yeah, the size was wrong.
And he was like, that's not ours.
Yeah.
So don't shoot this messenger here because it's not theirs.
You know, it's
Theirs
so
is
funny.
biodegradable.
Yeah.
It's very green. And you will have the drones again this year and pick them up.
We'll pick them all up. Well, we pick them up by hand. But then
If
we-
not,
we-
you're
we
going to have
fly
some
in the air
Indians
and
coming,
look
or
at it.
Native Americans, sorry.
Yeah.
Native Americans coming after you.
Yeah.
See?
And everyone, yeah.
Now, you had to level out the land, is that correct?
No, so there's already a clearing there.
Oh, yes.
There's a clearing there. But we'll improve it. It's kind of like it's a little bit like a. We'll just make it a little nicer.
So
when we
can
start
you
there.
crash this rumor? It is not the same place that they just did the last festival out there.
No, that was a different spot with really bad. Well, I think they did a pretty good job, but we were concerned about the entering and exiting there as well. So ours is just behind the Travel Plaza.
Now, I
You walk
tried to
right through
Google
it.
map this, y'all, and it's 58 minutes from where I live.
It can't be that long.
Well, I live way out in Henderson Green Valley.
So I did a strip from the strip. It was like 34 miles, I think, or 32 to
Hmm.
the Travel Plaza. think.
Well, mine said minutes too, so who
Okay.
knows that mean? That could be
Yeah.
walking too.
It's
with
really not
feet.
that far.
It's not, because we go out there. It's very, very close for you all that go with me to the Rosenmoor Zoo. That's where Moapa is. It's very, very easy. Right north of Vegas. What else? What to wear? Remember, this year, if you think it's going to be chilly out, bring a coat.
Your jacket.
Grab some extra water. It's that simple. Really, how's phone reception out there?
It's a lot better than it was in Gene. But anytime you put 10,000 people like trying to post videos and images, it's gonna affect it. But Gene,
I
actually,
had
we had a little better
perfect.
service than
I had
expected in Gene.
perfect. We were always
So
in
it should be
contact.
okay. It should be okay. We're close to I-15, and they have that pretty
Like
well.
I said, they were Facebooking each other and totally connected there.
That's amazing to me. Because we couldn't. That was the other issue. We didn't have any data. Like, so we were trying to communicate, and we couldn't get our data. It was really, but this should
Well,
be
if you
pretty
go to
decent.
EDC, there is zero phone.
Well, that's it's.
Forget about it.
Yeah. The towers just aren't meant for that many people.
Yeah. Some other questions. Anything that you'd like to talk about?
So big changes this year. Change of venue, obviously. We are doing, as you mentioned, all general admission. We changed. We're still going to have a family section, so kids will be in one area. But last year we didn't want the lanterns being set off by the kids. We were concerned about safety, and it turned out to be a total non-issue. So the family section will operate just like any other section. You can send off your lanterns right from where you're sitting if you have
And
small kids.
you set off your lanterns by putting them over these tiki torches that are all lined up like a grid. So
Yeah, they're
everyone has a
beautiful.
tiki torch.
They're way cooler than tiki torches. They're pretty.
And for this low price, do they still get a mat?
The kids, yeah.
No, the
Oh, everyone, yeah. 59 and then 39
wow, this is a great
for the
price.
pre-sale, yeah.
Now, when they go on sale, when do they expect their tickets to come in the mail?
So this year, 100% digital. So we're going.
Oh,
one
that's
thing
good.
we're doing for we've eliminated. There's no packaging. So when you get your kit, the ground mats now are bamboo and they fold around the sky lantern. So the mat becomes the packaging. So we're doing everything we can to green the event. So there's no packaging. There's
Wow.
no waste. The tickets are all digital, and they're just barcode scanning. So you'll get them the same day you buy it.
So you bring your cell phone in to scan this?
Yeah, you can either print them if you want, or you can just bring your cell phone. You can
So
scan it
it's
straight off your cell phone.
barcode.
Yeah.
Okay. That just cut down the cost too,
What's-
because last year you had a really nice packaging that came in.
Oh,
and
that was such
able
a-
to.
That was such a hassle. Yeah, we made
And
these
it-
incredible tickets, and then we had to mail them parcel mail. And it was
Oh,
such
and
a,
it made it such a pain for me too, because
I know,
everyone's
they're
like, "Where are my
beautiful.
tickets?"
I
And
was
I'm like,
sad
"They're
about it.
coming."
I still got my tickets from last year.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Ah,
I love them. They're a
see?
work of art.
Yeah, they were.
But this is just so much simpler for, I think, for everybody.
Now, when you said that you've got something special earlier in the day to decorate your lanterns, is that just to write your wishes,
Yeah,
or
just
is
to
it
write your
something special
wishes.
for the children's area?
No, it's just write your wishes. I mean, that was one thing. We looked at doing paint or something like that. But one of, we like that people can personalize their lanterns. But then we also love that. We were like, well, what if one goes up and it's like bright green or something like that? That's kind of defeats the purpose of bright. It's supposed to
Very
feel
flammable.
unified, right?
It goes up and
Yeah.
that would not be
So you
good.
just write on them like before, and then we'll have gourmet food. Then there's a lot of food trucks. You can pick out what you want, visit with friends. We play, it's good music. We'll do it. I wasn't that happy with the sound. I wanted the sound to probably get a little better, but we liked it. It won't be so loud that you can't visit still. It's supposed to be very much about connecting, and we're going to have some really good talent out there this year, which we'll be announcing in about a month. So, just hang out, enjoy it.
And okay, I have a few questions. See if they had any coming in. Go down to this.
I gotta tell you the story about I saw on
Oh, yeah.
Facebook today. I think and this woman posted. She so one of their wishes was to have a family, and last year, and she's like, we'll be coming back with our 3-month-old this year. So if you do the math,
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was pretty
That made
cool.
me cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, I just saw that as I was driving over here. This cool stuff.
Now tell me about the contest that you're going to have, because
Right.
you've gifted me with some tickets,
Right.
and I'm
So we-
actually gifting other people with them. So.
So last year we were, we knew, like as you pointed out, like we knew we wanted people to write wishes and different things, but then it was like this. I remember the first one I noticed was a woman talking about, I'm going to send a message to my mom, and so I assumed her mom had passed away, and then we started to get more and more messages about like grief or joy or people emailing us after they get married, and then I had this woman email me, and I don't want to give too many details. So I don't know who she was, but someone may. But she was going through a hardship. She had health issues. They completely maxed out their credit cards. she's like, I have event experience, can I come help? And I have to my family. So I called my partner, and at that time the family section was sold out. I'm like, we have to get this woman tickets. And he's like, I agree, but there's 2,000 people just like her there. So we decided every year we're gonna give away 100 tickets. And we'll ask people to send in their stories.
So their story of
anything. It can be anything. So
of why they need tickets.
Why they need tickets. And so, you know, usually
why is this their bucket list?
Right.
I could definitely get people involved. And where would they post their story?
And they can post them online, but
on
then
your
you can just email
Facebook
us. Yeah,
or email.
and just hashtag us, or email them to us, info@risefestival.com. And we'll be kind of giving them out, you know, we'll give out a few every month leading up to the event as we kind of get different stories. And it can be anything from, you know, in general, it's supposed to be people that really need it. They're in a financial crisis, but that wasn't always the case. You know, sometimes people have means, but we still felt like it was a worthy story. And there's no limit to how many you can get.
Does
we
this
just ask that
include
people,
the bus ride, or
yeah,
do they just
everything.
come out?
Includes their
Right.
transportation, their ticket, their lanterns, everything. And they'll tell us, like, you know, my whole family needs to come. There's 5 of us, and we'll say great. Or sometimes we'll say it's
Well,
just
we
2 of us.
definitely have the stories coming in here for sure, and we'll I'll push that. And do you share the stories online?
Yeah, please. I mean, you're welcome to. I mean, I think, but that's not what it's about. It's not a promotional gimmick. I mean, for some people, they're very personal and sacred, and you can just email us, and we'll keep them
Right.
private. And just because you send them, we never ever publish the stories unless we're given permission. And even then, we're pretty careful with it. So no, that's not what it's about. This is really just we want people that need them to have them.
Well, we're going to wrap this up right now. A couple really big things to know, too. You cannot take an RV out there and think that you can load it up and just park out there. This is for single cars, correct?
Yeah.
But carpool, please.
Carpool, and we'll be doing, we'll be randomly giving away like T-shirts and lanterns to full carloads, like carloads of 4 or more as you come in. So we want to encourage carpooling to cut down on traffic.
That's really cool. To cut down on traffic, you will be gifted.
Not everyone.
Not
It'll be
everyone,
randomly,
but
yeah.
it's already, you know, pay it forward. It's a gift to the rest of us. Trust us.
Right.
We are so thankful to have you back. You'll be hearing so much more about this and updates on our show on Waking Up in Vegas every Wednesday, and LasVegasBucketlist.com. Also follow all my social media. You guys with Hang With, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And if you have any questions, please, it's info at Rise Lantern Festival.
Just Rise Festival, no lantern.
Oh,
Rise
no
Festival.
lantern, just Rise Festival. Just Rise Festival. And what is your hashtag?
Rise. It's just
We
hashtag
Rise.
Rise Festival and hashtag Together We Rise.
Together We Rise. I like that one. I used
Yeah, I
it for
like that.
Hang With today. And so I'll be doing some contests too to give you some tickets. And I gotta give you a hug. I'm so proud that you're back.
Thank you.
Oh, so this is great. Are we the last interview today?
I'm not sure. Is it?
I think so. We had, yeah.
We got a meeting and then we'll see. I think we are.
Is the
hopefully.
family still together? Everybody's good?
My wife? No, she left me. It's been really ugly. No, yeah, we're all together.
Oh my God.
She met this guy on Facebook at Rise last year.
Oh my God, can you guys just name his brother? No, because I remember last year you said you had to write your kids' names down on your hands because you were like, it's been so long since I've seen them.
Yeah,
So much
we're
work.
good.
Well, do you feel like it's as much work this year?
Yeah, but it's different. You know, it's so fun. We're so far. I mean, we have all of our hotel partners lined up, and we have our food vendors lined up, and it's just very different. It's all about now, you know, as I said, making it so people can take that energy with them as they leave and perfecting it. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited about this. If you go to LasVegasBucketlist.com, I will be announcing our hotel block that we have, and we're also camping up in Sedona in November. We will be out there for the next event, November 7th. So we are absolutely,
Wow.
it's already been listed.
Wow.
And I already said it, so we've got our supporters that are out there. So thank you so much for listening today, and we look forward to seeing you all at the Rise Festival on October 10th. Don't forget,
Thanks, guys.
9 a.m. The tickets go on sale. They're only for 3 weeks, so get them while you can. Right? RiseLantern.com?
Rise Festival.
Rise Festival. Now we got the festival. RiseFestival.com.
Yeah.
Get your tickets on Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks.
That was
Thank you.
awesome.
You're the best.
You are. I'm so glad that you're back.
Me too, man.
I
It
was
touch and go
watching
for a
this,
minute.
and I'm like, oh, we were begging.
Well, it was you. You got us the venue, remember? Well, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know if we will be back. Well, we had a couple options out in like
Oh God, nobody would go.
No, I know. Well, there was actually a couple okay venues, but this is the best
Better.
option.
We may have a big boxer standing outside. He's got to show at
Oh, yeah,
4.
that's right.
But we've got a boardroom right around the corner. We'll go in there and talk.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Are you ready?
Great seeing
Yeah,
you
yeah.
again.
Don't forget Aaron.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thanks,
Can I put
guys.
this here again?
All right,
Seeing you again. Hopefully we'll see you out there at the
yeah.
bars this year
Yeah,
again.
thanks, man. Thank you. I'll get you a code, Tiffany. In fact, let me just do that. Let's do that right now, actually, so I don't forget.
Here, I'm going to introduce you to Carol. This is Carol, the 7-year-old that we're talking about that just loved you.
Thanks.
We talked about you. And how passionate she was about returning.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, it was amazing. Thank
It
you.
was something special, something I've never witnessed before, and I was telling my daughter about it. I said, once you go, you just can't believe the feeling.
It was crazy. Usually these guys, like, these girls that I've been all over the world with them, and they're like, their punks are, they're just really rough road guys, and they're swearing and drinking, and like there's some ladders and they're crying, and like, it's crazy.
It is,
Yeah.
it's
Amazing.
I've never really had an experience like that. It's just fantastic.
Tiffany, will you stop your hangover?
I will do it all. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Let's see, any questions here?
Something really great for people because to get that feeling, you just, you can't get that feeling anymore. People need it.
Hi, guys. We were talking about the Rise Lantern Festival. That's what we were talking about. Go to LasVegasBucketlist.com and you'll get more information. Hi, I'm Tiffany Masters.